Hi there, I'm John from tlightbox.com, and today I'm going to introduce a new design style for T-Lightbox, which requires absolutely no glue to hold together. By far the biggest issue I've had with tlightbox.com since launching it a couple months ago is customers buying the T-Lightbox and never getting around to assembling it, even though they paid for it and everything is perfect to their spec. And the reason that keeps coming back to me is they just don't have time to glue it and can't find string or elastic bands or what have you to put it together. Now to me here, maybe I'm a bit spoiled in that I have everything here in the shop to basically make anything. So if I need some glue, I got gallons of glue. If I need elastic bands, I got hundreds of them. But I also realize that some people aren't afforded this opportunity. And as a result, this is the current design that I have on T-Lightbox. And you can just look at it visually and notice right away that there's no way to really put this together and have it hold together without using glue. So what I did is I hit back the drawing board and I came up with a design here that requires absolutely no glue, although I definitely mention that you should use glue to, once you got the assembly done, use glue to hold it together. Now the other issue I've been having, and I can't say I haven't had that issue too, are customers getting their T-Lightbox and assembling it wrong. And what I mean by that is they put three sides and then realize that they had one side that's reversed to the other. Again, this new T-Lightbox design solves that problem because there's literally only one way for all of these pieces to go together. And as you can see, this raises right up here, and you can see on the inside how it all goes. There we go. So this design offers more design capabilities. It allows the customer a more intuitive design process when it comes to assembling it and giving it away, but it also accomplishes the goal for me, for tlightbox.com, to make something affordable that ships flat pack. And because again, you don't need any glue, you just slide the pieces together and it's done and you have it assembled. So flat pack makes a lot of sense because this is a large surface area to ship and it's more prone to being broken. Well, if it's flat pack, there's no way it could be broken and it fits in a regular small envelope. Just to give you an idea, T-Lightbox generally looks like this here. Generally we ship it this way and the customer actually assembles it and paints it themselves. Now with just a little bit of paint, which I suggest to do after assembly and the glue is dry, you could totally change the look of it, just to compare the two. So it's like night and day. And this can be any color, you know, it never ends for spray paint. Now going with this design idea, you have a lot more flexibility. because you don't have to deal with glue directly. What I mean by that is you can paint one side and paint the other side. In this case here, it's a whiteboard material, so it's incredibly durable. That was just a customer request, and again, I run a custom shop, CNCKing.com, so that's no problem at all for us here in the shop. So by going with this kind of design idea, you can easily paint the inside and the outside and put a little bit of glue to hold it together, but you don't have the same issue as you sort of see on this one here, where you have a lot of bleeding of the glue, because again, everything just sort of interlocks and you add a bit of glue to hold it together. You don't need so much glue to keep it together. It's amazing how many different ways there are to put 6 pieces of wood, in this case here, together to make a tea light box. I've designed and made models that I've shown on CNCKing.com that are hundreds of pieces and very complex, and you have to do in a couple of different cycles because you just run out of clamps. But something like this here actually took me a couple of weeks to design properly. And although it looks very simple, my focus was to have something that was intuitive, can only go one way together, and actually worked across a whole bunch of different materials. The issue with this design here is that, let's say you wanted to do it in transparent acrylic. Well, then you have to deal with acrylic bonding, and acrylic bonding is a bit of a pain to work with. I've done a lot of it, and it's not something you want to jump into right away because you will screw it up. Basically what you're doing is melting, and then it's becoming solidified again. Well, by going with this system here, if this is all acrylic, which I'll show you later on in future videos, the assembly is so easy. And for the bonding process, you don't even have to worry about it because you don't need to bond everything together. So when it comes to prototyping, it's basically making a tea light box, in this case here, and then testing it out, see how easy and intuitive it is to put together and take apart, and also trying it in different materials, because maybe something looks and works great with one material, then you switch to another material, it might be the same thickness, same everything, but just the look is a bit off or something's just not right. So what we'll do now, So here's the final design of this version of tea light box. What I always tell customers is the design on the side here can literally be anything, but the tea light box itself can be scaled to any size. but it can also be done using a whole bunch of different design ideas. So for instance, let's say you wanted a tea light box like this here, but you wanted to be double the size and made up of, let's say, 3 tea light boxes high, with one unified design going across all of them. That's absolutely no problem because I run a shop and this is what we do all day. So if you have an idea for a tea light box that you would like us to design for you, it could be the old design, the new design, or something else that you really have a passion for, contact us at tealightbox.com and we'll make it just for you.